Have you ever thought about how we use language in totally different worlds? I mean, think about it. One world is all about split-second, life-or-death decisions. The other, well, it's about the quiet moments that make up our daily lives. So what's the connection? It's all about the power of words. Today, we're going to dive into how language shapes these completely different realities, from the intensity of the ER to the calm of our everyday routine.
You know this scene, right? You've seen it on TV a million times. The frantic energy, the constant beeping of machines. It's super dramatic. But this isn't just for TV. This is language under extreme pressure, boiled down to the absolute essentials for one single reason: to save someone's life.
But what are they actually saying? What do those words really mean? And, what's the connection between this super specialized lingo and just the way we talk about our day? Well, in this explainer, we're going to crack that code. We're going to unlock the language of the ER and find a really surprising link between saving a life and, well, sharing your own.
Okay, so first stop, right into the heart of the action, the emergency room. We're going to decode the language they use when every single second counts. We're turning that medical jargon into something we can all understand.
All right, let's start with one we've all heard of: CPR. It stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Now that's a mouthful, right? But it's just a fancy way of saying, let's get the heart and lungs working again. Think of it this way. Cardio is for the heart, pulmonary is for the lungs, and resuscitation just means bringing something back to life. It's kind of like the ultimate reset button.
Next up, BP. You'll hear this one all the time. It's short for blood pressure, and it is one of the most vital pieces of information in an emergency room. Why? Well, think of it like the warning light on your car's dashboard. If that BP starts falling, that light is flashing bright red. It's a huge signal that something is seriously wrong and needs to be fixed, like right now.
You know, in the middle of all that chaos, the #1 goal is always to stabilize the patient. This doesn't mean everything's suddenly okay, not at all. But it does mean the immediate life-threatening danger has passed. It's about pulling them back from the edge and just giving them a fighting chance. It's all about buying precious, precious time.
And once a patient is stable, but they still need that round-the-clock care, they're moved to the ICU. That's the intensive care unit. This is where the real hard work of healing and recovery starts, with a whole team of specialists watching every single breath, every single heartbeat.
So let's kind of walk through that journey. A patient arrives, they're in respiratory failure. Immediately, CPR is performed. Then they're intubated to help them breathe, their condition is stabilized, and then they're moved to the ICU. You see how that works? It's not just a random list of words. It's a story. It's a story of survival, told in the language of medicine, where every single word could change the ending.
Okay, let's take a deep breath. We're going to leave that high-stakes world of the ER for a minute and step into a completely different one, our own. We're shifting gears now from the language of survival to the language we use just to live our lives, from the urgent to the everyday.
And this slide just lays it out so perfectly. On one side, you've got the ER lingo. It's urgent, it's technical, and it's all about survival. Then on the other side, you've got our daily language. It's calm, it's personal, it's creative, it's for sharing and connecting. It's really the difference between describing a heartbeat on a machine and, describing what's in your heart.
So, how do we tell our own stories? How do we use our words to share what we go through and connect with people? Let's break down a really simple but super powerful way to tell the story of your day.
The best place to start is with a rhythm we all know by heart: morning, afternoon, and evening. That's it. When you break your day down into these simple chapters, telling your story suddenly feels a lot easier. It's not about finding some perfect, magical words. It's just about sharing what happened, one piece at a time.
Okay, let's start with the morning. Just think about the simple things you do to start your day. I usually wake up at 7. I brush my teeth and wash my face. See? These aren't just boring facts about your routine. They're the opening sentences of your story for the day. You're setting the scene for everything that's about to happen.
And now let's move into the afternoon, which is kind of the main event of the day for a lot of us. I check my emails, I take a short break. Every one of these sentences is like a little snapshot, a single picture from the movie of your day. And when you put them all together, you're building a story about what you accomplished, what you learned, and those little moments you took for yourself.
And finally, the evening. This is when we start to wind down and think back on the day. I cooked dinner. I read a book. These are the final scenes in your daily story. They're the moments that bring your day to a nice, peaceful close. So, from the life and death situations in the ER all the way to the quiet rhythm of our own lives,
we've seen how language really does shape our world. But what's the big takeaway here? What connects it all? It's the simple but incredibly deep power of words.
And this right here is what it all comes down to. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor using super precise language to save a life, or if you're just telling a friend about your day. The right words, they're your most powerful tool. They let you take action, they let you connect with people, and they let you be understood.
So as you go about the rest of your day, just remember this. You are a storyteller. You have the power to shape your own reality, one word at a time. The only question left is, what story will you tell today?